Today, we are pulling back the curtain on AI image generators. We're going to see exactly how they take a few simple words and turn them into these incredible, sometimes dreamlike pictures. You've definitely felt this, right? You type in a prompt, a cat in a spacesuit, a city made of crystal, and bam, in just a few seconds, an image that has never existed before just appears. It seriously feels like it's being pulled out of thin air. Pure magic. Now, a lot of people think the AI is just grabbing pictures off the internet and, stitching them together like some super advanced Photoshop. But that's not what's happening, not at all. It's not a search engine for pixels. The truth is actually way more interesting. Think of the AI less like a collage artist and more like a sculptor. But its material isn't stone. It's a block of pure random noise, basically digital static. So today, we are going deep under the hood of what are called diffusion models. We're going to see how they learn from chaos, how they understand our words, and how they sculpt our ideas into reality. So how does a machine learn to create something new? Well, here's the paradox. It starts by learning how to destroy. Okay, so during its training, the AI gets shown millions of images, like this really clear picture of a dog. Then, the system starts adding tiny bits of random noise, step by step, over and over again, until that original image is totally gone, and all that's left is a screen of pure static. This process has a name. It's called Forward Diffusion, and the AI's only job here is to watch and learn. At every single step of this destruction, it's studying, learning to predict exactly what kind of noise was added to mess up the image. And this is the really crucial part. It's not just watching random chaos. By meticulously studying how a dog dissolves into static, the AI is implicitly learning all the fundamental patterns, the textures, the shapes that make up the very idea of a dog. It's learning the rules of reality by watching it all unravel. Okay, so the AI gets images, but what about our text prompt? How does it understand our words? Well, for that, it needs a map, not of places, but of ideas. This brings us to this amazing concept called the latent space. Just try to imagine this massive, invisible map that has organized every idea humanity has ever had. On this map, things that are related are clustered together. So cat is right next to feline and kitten, while something like toaster is way over in the kitchen appliance neighborhood. So our prompt, a cat in a spacesuit, that becomes the creative mission. It's more than just a string of words. It's the specific destination we want our digital sculptor to get to. So how does the AI find that destination? It uses this special guide called CLIP. CLIP's entire job is to read our words, cat and spacesuit, and find their exact coordinates on that giant map of ideas. But here's the cool part. CLIP doesn't just find two separate spots. It finds that one, unique, conceptual location where the idea of cat and the idea of spacesuit actually intersect. And this intersection, it becomes a kind of mathematical guiding light that the AI is going to follow during the creation process. All right, so the AI has learned the patterns of reality, and it's got a target from our prompt. Now the real magic begins. It's time to sculpt form from, formlessness. So the AI starts with that block of digital marble, a screen of pure static. Then, guided by our prompt, it starts to reverse the very process it learned. It looks at all that noise and asks itself, okay, what part of this looks just a tiny bit more like a cat in a spacesuit than pure randomness? And then it removes a little bit of the noise that doesn't fit, and suddenly a faint shape appears. It just keeps doing this over and over, refining the image with every single pass. So you can really think of this as two sides of the same coin, right? Forward diffusion is the learning phase, where the AI adds noise to understand what chaos looks like. And reverse diffusion is the sculpting phase, where it removes that noise to create order, using everything it just learned. Now, to do this kind of detailed work, our sculptor needs some specialized tools. The main one is a neural network called UNet, which is just brilliant at seeing an image on multiple levels, from the big picture, like the overall shape of the cat, all the way down to the tiny details, like the texture of its fur. That gets paired with transformers, which help the AI pay attention to the grammar of our prompt. This is what makes sure it's the cat wearing the spacesuit and not a spacesuit just floating next to a cat. And this is the absolute key to all of it. The AI is not pulling a pre-made photo from some database, it's dreaming. It's literally hallucinating what a pattern should look like based on its training and our prompt. And then it refines that hallucination, step by step, until it becomes a real, coherent image. So, what does all of this incredible technology really mean for us? Well, it turns out it tells us a whole lot about ourselves.
Think about it. The AI learns from this gigantic data set of images and text created by humans over decades, even centuries. That means every single picture it generates is, in a way, a reflection of our art, our photography, our history, our biases, our entire collective imagination.
It's an incredibly powerful tool for sure, but it's also a product of its upbringing. The AI can't just invent a brand new concept that has no basis in the data we fed it. Its dreams are built from the pieces of our own, which means the diversity of what it can create depends entirely on the diversity of what we show it. And yet, this is where its true power lies. While it learns from our past, it can combine our ideas in these startlingly new and creative ways. It can fuse the architectural style of Gaudi with the biology of a jellyfish, or it can render a simple feeling like melancholy as a rainy, neon-lit cityscape. It can produce visuals that are genuinely novel, inspiring, and sometimes just completely unexpected. So the next time you type a prompt, just remember what's happening behind that screen. You're not just clicking a button. You're giving a vision to a digital sculptor. And then you're getting to watch as it skillfully battles entropy itself to pull your idea right out of the static. Kind of makes you think differently about the whole process, doesn't it? We would love to hear about the most surprising or mind-blowing image you've ever created with AI. Let us know. Thanks so much for diving into this with us.